Transfer window time. I mean, we spoke about some fantastic signings already, but I wanted to get people that have been there and done it hear your experiences, gents. When the window opens, I mean, what's that like, Joleon? I mean, if you're doing well, are you waiting for the phone to ring, or?
From the times I knew I was potentially going to get a move, like say Wolves to Everton, that was a smooth one.
Right.
So that just happened in the summer, in the middle of the window. But the Everton to City one was drawn out. There was speculation over the summer, and then I went back to pre-season, and I'm aware there's conversations happening, and then you just kind of you have to get on with it.
Yeah.
And then there's bids coming in, and I'm like, I know I want to go.
Who do you hear? Like in terms of speculation, who do you first hear that from? Is that the press, or is that the agent, or?
Your agent.
Yeah.
First,
You hope.
Yeah. Should we see the press before your agent said it's like that.
Need someone new.
Yeah, but no, yeah, your agent obviously makes you aware of it all and stuff, and went back in and just made it clear to Everton I wanted to go, and it was just long then, and it was just a longer process than I think both parties wanted it to be, you know what I mean? It was just, then there was deciding the structure of it all, and there's so much more than you just see so-and-so leaves for this amount of money. There's how they want the money, you know what I mean? How long it takes to pay and stuff like that. So, but getting it done, it's a massive day. Like, regardless of where you're going, you're never not happy signing somewhere, right? You never go somewhere and you've signed for a club and you think, what have I done?
Don't know, mate. Have you signed for Gillingham before?
Saying that, I went to Greece. That was all. That wasn't as fun as that wasn't as fun as some of the other side is. But yeah, no, it's a massive time.
What about you, Jamie?
Well, I was always just trying to cling on to contracts, to be honest with you. Don't let me go. They're paying me to leave. No, I mean, look, I had a couple. Like the Wolves one for me. When I went to Wolves, I went there on loan first, and that was actually in the January transfer window. That was like sort of last day, and I was actually in Nobu in London. I had no idea Wolves were even interested in me, and I was in and around the team as Wolves. I was on the bench. I was playing sort of 1 in 3, 1 in 4 games. I'd come back from an injury, and then my agent phoned me and said, "You're going Wolves tomorrow. Mick McCarthy's expecting you at 10 o'clock in the morning."
It was a day trip to start
and
with.
I was like, "What are you talking about?" He went, "Yeah, just Wolves have come in for you. Tottenham have accepted the deal. You're going."
Wow.
I was like, "I want to go."
Is there, when it's a low move, is there less sort of like anything that you can do, whether it's a transfer, maybe?
Well, you can say no.
Yeah, but if it's a low move.
You can say no,
Yeah.
but apart from that, it's all kind of easily done, you know. So yeah, that was it. I was gone. I was like, right, well, fair enough. I thought, look, if Spurs want me to go, then I'll go out and play some football. And it went really well for me in the end. It was great. So and then I signed for him in the summer, which was same as Joleon. Just an easy process, really. But look, as a player being around sort of transfer windows, I'm quite chirpy. So if there's a player like going or somewhere, I'd always try and stick it in a little bit. Try and find out what's going on. Like when you're coming out for training, is he still here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know,
like uncomfortable with them shouts. Even the manager's like, "Oh, I hear that."
I loved an uncomfortable shout.
You're staring the park.
Oh, I was terrible. Like, is he still here? Are you not gone yet? Any danger of them spending some money on you or what? And the gaffer's sitting there.
Well, what about on the flip side of that as well? Is that you've been in dressing rooms when speculation's rife as well. Maybe people in your position as well. Is that sort of
get rid of them? Anyone in my position, get rid.
Yeah.
What, when they're signing someone in your position?
Yeah.
Where did that happen? That happened a few times at City. Mancini tried his hardest not to play me, and it was just a case of go on then, and then they was in, and then he kind of realised I was the best suitor, for Vinny.
Right.
So it was back in, but yeah, it's part of the process. You know what I mean, you're doing it to other
back
people.
Yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. If you're given a fair opportunity, I think most players will back themselves. It's when you're not given an opportunity. It's when he's given more kind of lifelines than you are.
Yeah.
So you give him 3 opportunities to fail, and it's like, they're good players. He's not going to fail 3 times. Like, you give him someone that many lifelines, he's going to be successful, and then all of a sudden, you're out and forgotten about.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing in football is opportunities. You know, you're always going to get an opportunity. It's just whether you can take them and whether you do take them. And I think when players come in, like, for big money, they're going to get, it's just natural that they're going to get more opportunities than you because they have to be a success. Because that manager's brought them in, he's put his hat on the line for them. So he has to give them that chance. And if you're there and you're waiting in the wings and you come in, even though you're a good player and you're a top player and could probably do the same job, that manager can't be seen to be playing you because he spent 15 million on someone else. So they're going to be going, well, hold on a minute. So that's why they have to. It can get frustrating. That's the politics in football that I never liked.
Is that how? I mean, how does that materialise on the training ground as well? Is that an extra?
Snapping.
Yeah.
2 foot.
Yeah, straight in. Welcome here.
No, but as I said, everybody knows. Like Jamie said, that's part of the politics, and there'll be another occasion when you are on the flip side. You're that player. That manager's giving leeway to. Yeah. So you just have to take it.
You got to back yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You got to be confident in your own ability. You got to believe you're where you are because you deserve to be there. And if someone comes in, I'll be like, right, let's go then. Let's have it. Do you know what I mean? You might be playing now, but I'm gonna train every day as hard as I can to show the gaffer that I'm better than you. And if not, then you move on.
Part of transfers as well, players come in, initiations. Any sort of ones that stand out for you?
Initiations. One. No, I did. No, sorry, I did 2. I did 1 at Everton, and that was horrible. I remember we pre-season, and I'm having to sing.
What are you singing?
Singing Wonderwall.
Oh, nice.
I can't sing Wonderwall. That's a fine.
Yeah, but that was like, this is 2005.
That's like the most basic song to sing ever.
Not in 2005 it worked.
What, are you doing bow rap, are you?
No, like Wonderwall's banned now. You're not allowed to go into a dressing room now.
Oh, really?
You can't sing Oasis.
Years ago. This wasn't banned 17 years ago.
Does anyone can sing Oasis?
Yeah. But I couldn't sing. I had to download the words.
No, you didn't.
I swear now. I remember.
Wonderwall?
Yeah, man. That's not my genre. It's not my genre.
No.
Anyway, so when we go in there, I'm not trying to cough and that. I'm thinking, I'm just going to try and pull out of this and say I'm a bit ill. And that. Try to get there and say, no, don't even try it. I didn't eat. I was just waiting for the meal to finish so I could sing. And once I sung, that's when I started to eat. But I was so nervous.
Let me tell you now, the most nerve-wracking thing about any dressing room or football or anything is the initiation. Yeah. I would rather walk out in front of 500,000 people
naked
than have to stand up on a chair and do an initiation in front of a team. It is honestly painful. You see a lot of people crumble. Yeah. A lot of people will go under.
Just on that as well, has there been any sort of clubs where you've been there for a while and then some big rumours have been happening? I mean, imagine like Pompey back in the day and Spurs, and especially when Man City were coming. Was anyone like, I remember like Kaká was linked with Man City?
Yeah, Kaká was a big one.
Think he was coming?
Wazza was a big one. Yeah. When he was coming, it was like, oh.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about it.
Yeah, it was like it was serious though. It wasn't just like speculation. There was conversations, but they kiboshed it.
Really?
Side, which obviously rightly so, he's United legend, but yeah, that was a big one because we were like, if we can do that in the prime of people's careers, then we're serious, you know what I mean? So that was a good one.
I remember Bex turned up at Spurs and he was at the Galaxy and he come on loan at Spurs for a little bit, didn't he? Well, they're trying to get him on loan.
Got you.
So he was training with us. And he was like a superstar, right? Like Spurs couldn't even afford his insurance.
Really?
That's why they couldn't get him on loan because the insurance was just ridiculous. But I remember him being at the training ground, keeping fit, and I've never seen a place change in my life. It was like
his aura's different, isn't it?
His aura was
just like everything up 10%.
Everything was just like it was just weird. It was a weird feeling. Yeah. Like Spurs Lodge, we had big players like Berbatov, Robbie Keane, Defoe. Like no one at the training ground. As soon as David Beckham turned up, mate, people were trying to climb over the walls. There's cameras over the side of the fences. There's helicopters going around the training pitch. I'm thinking this is on another level. I've never seen anything until he turned up, and that was ridiculous. And he didn't even play for Spurs. He was just training.
When we used to go England game, because he came back in, Capello brought him back in when he was at Galaxy and that. When we go into hotels, the receptions were heaving, just like this.
Wanted a slice.
Yeah, everyone wanted to see him. I was just like, I remember when he first come back and it was like me. I've just got into the squad. It was like me, Michael Richards, and Ashley Young. We used to find ourselves just sitting there looking at him, like literally staring at him. Like,
it's not real.
That is a different level.
High 0.1%.
There's Beckham, and then I'd say there's Gerrard and Scholes.
Yeah.
And then
in terms of
there's everyone else.
Yeah.
But in terms of aura, it was Beckham, and then for me the only was Gerrard.
Yeah.
And then maybe apart from everyone else was different.
Yeah.
Beckham was just this weird thing around him. Like you just wanted to just look at him
and be like, his kit looked better than you had the same kit, but his looked better. Whatever you had, it was just different. It was made different for him. Yeah.
Love that. Just finally, just wanted to know, take it whichever way you want, best or worst sort of first day on the training ground? So someone signed either for big money or...
What, me or someone else?
No, someone else. You've been there viewing it, and they've come in and you've gone, oh, that's really good, or we paid how much?
Yeah, we've had a few of them. I
thought you were struggling to think, and now
there's a few stinkers that you come in and you think, how much?
Yeah.
Jesus. Probably a few people said that about me. I wouldn't like to say. I mean, Pavlyuchenko.
Oh yeah.
Like we brought him in, but we lost Berbatov. We lost Robbie Keane.
Tough spot.
And then they brought in Pavlyuchenko, and it was like.
But he was a different animal for Russia, weren't he?
Yeah, he was good. Like for Russia, he was ledge, and they brought him in, paid a few quid for him, but he was just like absolutely bothered. Just bothered, didn't care less.
Really?
And he was like, mate, you got big boots to fill here. Robbie Keane, Berber have left. You got to carry the team. Didn't care.
No.
Was absolutely bothered.
Anyone spring? I mean,
me?
Positive.
I spring to mind.
Really?
Yeah. When I first went to Everton, it was
wrapping balls in at David Silva.
It was all right.
Silva's going. Who's this?
He coped. We did. I don't even know if he put it on for me to see if I could cope. It was like a 15 by 15 square. It's 1v1 against. Remember Andy van der Meijden?
Yeah, the winger. Yeah.
Mate. Yeah. He could do a bit. I don't think I touched the ball for like 9 minutes.
Really?
Dying in there. I was like, nah, they're gonna think I'm a myth. They're gonna think I'm a myth. I didn't know what I was doing. And then when you get the ball, I'm too tired to actually use the ball. I'm trying to keep it out wide, keep it on the square so they can have it. I'm just trying to run around. Like I was miles off it. I was miles off it. And then I went to the city. We're doing the boxes and that. Just keen to close down, and Robinho just slowed me right down. That slowed me right down, and realised just
that early on as well.
Yeah, first day.
I'm
trying to be keen and that, and trying to show that. Slow down, lad. Slow down. Yeah, nah. I was probably them 2 occasions.